Hello Jeepfixers, today we are going to show you a very important thing, and that is how to check your oil and coolant on your Wranglers. So this is a YJ, and I've got a couple of them here. I've got a YJ, I've got a TJ, and I've got a JK. That one's modified obviously, but we're just going to go through those. If you can check your oil and your coolant, your engine will run a really long time. What we find when here in our repair shop at Jeep Fix is if you have really low oil or no oil, because the engines tend to leak a little bit, you're going to ruin your engine. And the same thing with the coolant. If the coolant gets low due to a leak, usually through a hose or a water pump, you're going to ruin your engine that way too. So if you can keep these two things full, your coolant and your oil, you will be able to have an engine that runs for a very, very long time. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to start on the JK, or this YJ, and I'm just going to pause it for a quick second here. We'll get them all opened. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is show you the YJ here. As you know, to get the hood open, you've got to pull these. Wow, bad lighting. Okay, there we go. You got to pull these up, move them aside, and let me just show you the clip. After you can figure this out, you can get this right open. But right here, this is 1, 2, 3, right there. You've got to move that. You see, as you move that, that changes, and then that's going to allow you to get the hood open. What we do on most of the Wranglers, nice, you just go ahead and prop them back against the windshield, moving them back slowly. If you want to, you can put a rag in there to keep them protected. But okay, first thing is we're going to do, the first thing you want to do is check the coolant. Now, most important thing you want to do with this is make sure you don't open this radiator cap until it's cold, okay? One other little trick is, I think you guys have all heard, hey, if there's a fire on the other side door, you can touch the door handle's hot, don't open the door, right? Same thing with these radiator caps is you'll know that they're low on coolant, because if you touch them and the engine's been running a while and they're kind of cool, they're not really hot, you'll know there's not coolant behind it. That doesn't mean to open it immediately. You want to let them cool down for a while before you do that. But you'll know, if there's coolant right underneath it by touching this. If it's really hot, there's going to be coolant right underneath it. If they're kind of cooler than you think they should be, there's probably no coolant behind it. Now, even if there's no coolant behind it and you open it and it's hot, it will boil over and come right out. And you can see in this one, let me show you this. If you look down in that hole, this is actually low. Look down in there, see it's low. You need to get some added to that. So that could be a problem with this one. So that, you want to check it there at the radiator. And on this YJ, right here, this has got some aftermarket fenders on it, you can see. But right here, you want to check the coolant also here. And as you can see in this one, it's completely empty down the bottom. So this one is low on coolant. Need to get that added. Okay, that's one. That's the coolant. Let's check the oil now. Oil is over on the passenger side of the engine, and that's an aftermarket air filter. So your AC's there, your distributor's there. It's right behind your distributor. So what you want to do is pull it out and wipe it. After it's wiped, go ahead and stick it back down in the hole. Pull it out, and let's take a look here. So, where are we at? Right there. Let's see if we can get some better lighting. Okay, how low are we? Well, we're low because here is the add line. Right there is the add line. Right there is a safe, and that's the full line. Now, important to know on this, most cars, not all of them, but most cars, from this line, the add line, to the full line is 1 quart. So you can see, we can estimate this is either 1.5 quarts or 2 quarts low. Okay, there's your 2 lines. your ad, and you're safe. Okay, so we know we're low here on this one. This actually just came into the shop. So we've got to probably just change the oil on this one. It's at least 2 quarts low and it's not that clean, so good. That's that one. That's the YJ. Let's move over to the TJ. TJs are, let's see, they go from 97 until 2006. We're going to check your coolant first. Okay, look at this one. You can't see the radiator thins too well, so we're right near the top on that one. That is great. And let's check the coolant here. Oh, okay, look at these. You see that? That fell off. These break after a while. You can get new ones from the dealer or another source. Not that big a deal. We look down inside. Let's see if we can do a zoom here. No, not too well. So what you can do is you can look down on the side here. You'll see where it says full right there. Then much further down it's empty. And this one is near the low. So this one needs about a quart of coolant to get it topped off. Now, if you know you're filling it from time to time, you know you got a leak. So it's important to address those. And these leaks typically come either from like a radiator hose, the thermostat right here can leak, the water pump can leak, lower radiator hoses. Those are some of the common areas. You can also have problems like head gaskets and stuff like that. But that's some of the common areas for leaks. So you keep these things full. Next thing I'm going to show you is engine oil right here. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Dirty oil again. Pull it out, wipe it off, stick it back down in there again, pull it out, check it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, so this is just below the low mark, you can see. And so it's a little more than a quart low. See if we can get a good picture of that. This is kind of hard to see. You can see it's just low. Same thing, little below the add safe mark, and need to get that fixed. Okay, about a quart, little more than a quart low. So you can see that goes right there, right behind the distributor. And let's see, last couple years of the Wranglers, I'm going to say 2000, 2001 on the Wranglers, this distributor goes away. They put a cam sensor there, and there's kind of like a coilover system right here. So try to, if it's as long as it's before 2000, you'll find the distributor right there, and it's right behind the distributor. Look for the yellow. So that's the engine oil, just right on the other side of that. That's where the transmission is. Not going to show that today. We're just going to do oil. Good. Okay. So that's your TJ. Now moving on to the JK. JK started in 2007. They go through, well, all the way through 2017. This one you can see has a 3.6 liter, which means it was made after its 2012 and forward. Till 2000, well, it's going to change up, but let's just say right now for use of the video, 2018, this engine will be available, but they have 2 or 3 other engines coming out. So they say diesel, a turbo, and a 4-cylinder. So you'll see on this one, so engine cover right there, yellow dipstick. That's where it is on this one. You can see the dipstick is different. Let's point out the high-low. Yeah, go ahead and get it back in, and we'll point out the high-low marks on this one. Okay, let's see if we can get a good picture of this. This is hard. So there, you know, you can see the stick changes. It's different, and the high-low marks That's the low, that's the high. You got 1 quart between those 2 marks. Good. You can see that engine is much cleaner, and I'm going to show you coolant as well. So there, that is your radiator cap. It's not hot. We're going to push and turn. Should have mentioned that earlier. Push and turn, and it's going to come up. And you can see, look at this. This is orange. On these newer engines, they use a different coolant. There you go. That's topped off. Push it. Turn it to the right to tighten it up. Over here, right here is the reservoir. Engine coolant. Let's see if we can stick our camera down in there. You see, got some pretty coolant down in there, and that is below the minimum. So we're going to need to stick some coolant in there as well. Good. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's the JK. That's the TJ. That's the YJ. And we've got a TJ, little wheelies right there we're working on too. But anyway, that's where we're at. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.